Hello, welcome back to Star Trek Online. We are still playing the Red Alert event. We are just doing our daily XP progress. We left off. We redid the Tholian one, and it was no more exciting than it was the other time. Except we didn't have overpowered allies, I guess. When myself and James attempted it. Excuse me. I'm here with the mighty Jimmy, who just giggled, and Chibi as well.
Hello there.
And yeah, we're James is away from his computer for the moment, for a particular reason, and
but not for long.
So, maybe we'll have a stream without depravity for a while anyway.
This will be the musical episode instead.
Oh, and then
and then we'll have like one where we'll have a stream where it's just like several clips of our previous streams instead, and it'll be like, oh, God's sake.
That's what the YouTube channel's for.
Yeah, and it'll be like, oh no, it's a Lisa episode. Ugh.
Okay, so from your experience of watching Star Trek and other shows, what is the worst clip show episode that you've seen out of like all of the franchise?
Is there? I don't think there's many. Like, I know TNG did a couple where Q would kind of make Picard like look back on stuff of his life, but they were never really very bad, I think. I don't know. I tend to have issues more so with episodes that kind of they write themselves into a corner and then suddenly time travel. You know, that kind of way. I have big issues with those kinds of episodes because they kind of like, oh shit, we don't know how to finish it. It's okay, like Kirk went back in time and fixed everything. You're like, that's bullshit. I hate that kind of episode. It's so lazy. And not just saying Kirk, it happens all the time. No matter the captain. I think the one variation on it was instead of traveling back in time, there was some weird rubber band situation between Jake Sisko and his dad, Captain Sisko. And that was a weird episode. Strangely enough, Tony Todd as old Jake, but also Tony Todd was Worf's brother as a Klingon as well. So, but also, but in the same series, I think I do think it's funny when they reuse actors. But in the same series, and sometimes even the same season, maybe only a few episodes apart, you think they're maybe pushing it a little bit. Like, I enjoy anything that Jeffrey Combs shows up in. Be he the three characters he played in Deep Space Nine, or he shows up in I think he shows up in one episode of The Next Generation. I could be wrong. And he definitely shows up a lot in Enterprise because he's the Andorian, whom I can never remember the name of.
It's strange because I can remember the Suliban leader's name very easily because he's shown up quite a few times now. And
no spoilers.
Well, you know his name though.
I know his name. That's not the spoiler. Yeah. No, but you say he's shown up quite a lot of times. I'm like, don't say anything else. I don't know. I know he's shown up a lot. He's shown up enough in season 1 and season 2. I thought he was the bloke. I thought he was played by the bloke who is in Star Trek Insurrection, the movie. But it turns out they look a lot similar. He plays one of the dudes who keeps on getting a skin graft, who keeps on getting like regenerative surgeries to look younger.
Yeah.
And wants to kill. He's the main bad guy. They're very similar very similar people, but they're not the same actor. Oh, second.
Anywho,
right, I have a have a ship to log into.
So shall we go over what endeavors that you and I both have then, Stephen? Because obviously we've got the universal endeavor of binary circuit,
Yeah.
and I have to destroy herald ships. It's the only space thing I have.
Herald ships, as far as I remember, are Iconian, and I don't know where to encounter herald ships at this point in time.
Neither do I.
So
I will just forego my endeavors today and not worry about them.
Well, two of my endeavors involve dealing damage in space. One might be a little harder than the other because I don't know if I have any plasma weaponry. Tetrion, Disruptor, Antiproton, Phaser, Antiproton, Tetrion, Phaser. Huh. I could have sworn I had some plasma. What is this? A plasma turret. Maybe I'll pop that on for a while instead of my omnidirectional Antiproton. It's like it might not be that great, but it's causing plasma damage from 360 degrees, so...
Might not be great, but it gets the job done.
Exactly. Oh, I've got the Endeavor rewards I haven't opened. R&D. Let me see. 50,000.
Alright, sorry about that. I had an issue where I nearly... Well, I was still plugged into my... I was still plugged in when I left my room with my MacBook. And then, as it unplugged, I panicked and then splashed water on the end of my charging lead. So there was that thing I had to check. Oh, stressful times, boys.
You're having all the technical difficulties right now, aren't you, James?
Yeah, something like that.
Speaking of technical difficulties, Stephen, I do believe I have a tactical kit module for you.
Oh, cool.
Yes, it is Stun Grenade Mark 13.
Ooh. I'll give it a look. Whoops.
First time I think we've traded on stream as well with you.
Alright, well thank you for that. Let's see if I can make some use of it if we do some ground activities. Maybe when James gets in we can check for his endeavors, but I, however... Oh, I can spend a perk point. Impulse speed, max hull, or critical severity on the ground. I think I shall buy extra impulse speed.
Cheeky bugger.
Okay, let me see. What have we got? Deal disruptor damage space, deal plasma damage space, and defeat Tholians on the ground.
Not the Tholians!
It's 20 of them I have to kill.
Oh, that would be very easy then.
Oh yeah. What task force are we going to do today?
That is a very good question. We have we've done all of them, I believe.
Yes.
Because I have done the Borg, the Alachi, the Nakul, the Tholians, and the Zankethi, so I believe I have cleared every single one of them. And it's then figuring out which ones we want to revisit again and again and again for the next how many days we have to do this.
Out of curiosity, does someone have Facebook open that has been getting pinged with messages?
James?
No, I have Facebook open, but I have my headphones on, so nothing should be coming through. I mean,
nothing's coming through mine either. So
yeah,
I have my phone. I'm on my phone, which is muted. Yeah, so it shouldn't be.
Weird, because I too do not have Facebook open, but apparently there are Facebook notifications going through.
Yes, I can hear the pings.
Yeah,
I don't know where from.
I don't know.
Well, let me know if you hear any more in the next few minutes. I am chatting with Tabby, but I've got headphones on and the phone's muted and Facebook isn't even open on my laptop.
Yeah,
So
weird.
Oh, very odd. We've had Q interfering with our stream. That's the problem.
Yeah. Who knows? Anyways, reckon maybe for funsies, we'll tangle with the good old Borg for our task force
yes.
today.
Yes, I do like taking on the Borg. At the moment, I am currently sitting at 7 of 10, so I'm quite happy about that.
Oh yes, I'm on
Get that.
6. Yeah. Doo-doo.
Because I started a day earlier.
And then of course we do have the new event. There's a couple of things coming up quite interestingly enough. We have the 11th anniversary event, which actually seems to reward quite a cool looking T6 ship. It seems to be some sort of modern Klingon looking jobby. And then there is Picard lockboxes or something coming with Zhat Vash materials and items and things like that. And then
wait, the Zhat Vash, is that from Picard itself?
yes,
And those are the Romulan like the Romulan Secret Service sort of thing.
yes. So there's like a Zhat Vash ship and like Zhat Vash weaponry and things like that. And then
I can't even remember.
yeah, and then as well there is the new. Well, when I say new, the old Klingons, the Discovery era Klingons are getting added as playable characters if you start a Klingon Defense Force character. So, yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Also, to announce that I am currently working on my own channel as well, but that'll be a long time before we get to streaming on that. Because I still need to figure out how all the software works, but it is something that is in the works where I'll be streaming with both Steve and James in the future, just on my own channel.
Yes.
And I will not.
Oh, you're not going to do your wonderful bike races?
I'll be Well, I won't be streaming STO whilst I do it.
No, I won't be streaming STO. I won't be.
Okay. Because my computer can't handle doing
Both.
My computer definitely can't handle doing both.
Rick, hey Rick. Rick says, "Oh, of course, the Defiant," and I'm like, "It's not the Defiant. It is based on the Defiant class, also the Sao Paulo class, and the Valiant class. So there are 3 different ships gone into its customization."
So, in a less pedantic terms, yes, it's the Defiant.
The granddaughter, yes.
It is the granddaughter of the Defiant, absolutely.
I just love the fact that you did an actually on stream within the first couple of seconds as well.
Of course I did. That'd be like saying, oh yeah, well look over there, it's the Enterprise, and it's actually a Constitution class. I mean,
I really wanted to be Swish and be like, hey, join in and stuff, like fly in to the instance, but your instance is full. So can I get an invite, please?
Of course. Of course.
Steven's Defiant, absolutely.
Yeah.
I forgot how obnoxious we Trekkies are. Isn't the more acceptable term Trekkers? Is that the more acceptable term?
I've always heard Trekkies, to be fair.
Yeah, but there was.
I always thought we were called Ready Trek.
Ready Trek.
That's just me.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. Rick is sus anyway. I'll always be Trekkie.
Yeah.
That's obviously the Enterprise. God, Streamer, do you not know? Okay, so far in the chat we have Rick, who we played Among Us with that time. I'm never sus. You're absolutely sus. Then we have Tina, and we also have Jono. So hello to you all. We're gonna get underway.
Hello, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, we're gonna get underway as soon as map. Yeah, I just see map moving, 5.77 kilometers away. Apparently, well, at least that's the spawn point once he actually loads in.
And I am sitting in the base Intrepid class ship.
Yes,
because damn, it's a good-looking ship.
They are absolutely gorgeous. The design team on Voyager, for sure, knew what they were doing. Because the Intrepid is great. It's a fantastic looking ship.
And the fact that they've got one of the best captain's pronunciations of the words energize in that series as well. Like, come on, you have to admit that Janeway has such a good way of saying energize.
Janeway had a good way about a lot of things. Her obsession with coffee might have gotten them killed quite a few times, though.
What was the episode where she's back in time, where she's like in the future and also back in time? When she's old and like young at the same time. It's like two of her.
That would be like the series finale. Yeah.
Yeah.
The series finale. Because I remember reading the book on that. And then the book actually was just basically the script, essentially.
Oh, right.
Minus like the exact directions. It's more like vague stuff, story wise. But then I was like, I was sitting there. I'd read the book, and then I was just sitting there one day watching the episode, going, "I know this. Why do I know this?"
Yeah.
And she like had some coffee and goes, "I should have never given this up." And I'm like, "I know this. Why do I know this?"
Yeah, the finale wasn't great, but as we know, they basically they had cancelled the show and they had to wrap it up quickly. Oh, okay. The Borg one. Oh, and I was gonna line us up and have a nice photograph.
Oh, you'll have to do that afterwards.
Yeah.
Do it with us shooting stuff. That's the challenge.
Felt like
also felt too much like.
Yeah, I mean there is an element of that for sure. I personally liked All Good Things, and I do feel that Voyager deserved better. Okay, so this guy is off up to the left. There is a closer cube he could have went to, but that's okay.
I'll go to the closer cube.
And I'll just load into the instance.
So I will be playing the team healer, so we're probably going to die a lot as our previous experiences have gone.
Where is everybody? We were all here a second ago.
Yeah, we're still here.
Okay, yeah. Woo! They turned off my shields.
I'm having rubber banding issues.
Yeah.
I think you need to start learning how to play the banjo with the amount of rubber banding you have, James.
Ooh,
I don't normally get rubber banding. I just get bad frame rate.
Wow. They turned off my shields and then made mincemeat of me.
Wow.
Oh, they've done the same thing to me. Okay. Luckily for me, I have secondary shields, so I'm going to be nerdy and not die.
Oh, okay.
Is this binary circuit, by the way?
No. This is the Red Alert Borg TFO.
Yes.
You know
First
what?
Thing that we do.
Should we just be like total badasses and just go after the tactical cube for shits and gigs?
I mean, you can if you want to.
Well, it would have to be a coordinated effort.
Well, can somebody help me with this sphere?
Sure.
Because
Oh, heavy plasma. Right.
give
Brace
me
for
that
impact.
coherent shield.
Yeah. Coming in. And range in a second.
Work on those shields.
Taste the painbow, motherfucker.
Taste it
Quick.
faster.
List lazily to the left.
Yeah. I still got maneuvers, kid.
I mean, you could just pull a Worf after all.
Well, that's more James's thing. Perhaps today is a good day to die. Ramming speed. No, Worf. No, you're a very tiny ship.
I had a wonderful moment. So I was watching World of Warships, not a sponsor. And there was this guy who made this clip where he was like, throwing memes and stuff in there with it. It was quite funny. Anyway, he was attacking this other ship, and the other ship was pretty much like close to death, but close enough that he could ram. And over the top came Worf's voice, "Perhaps today is a good day to die.
Yeah.
Bring full ramming speed!" And it was just this wonderful moment of I'm actually the Hood in combat fighting this other ship and this ship trying to ram. It was very funny for me. Where's the TC?
It's like in the center of the battlefield. There's just a cube here I want to take care of. I don't know why the cubes seem to be like squishier than the spheres. Quite.
Yeah, I was about to say, what cube? Sorry, all I see is an explosion.
Right. So tactical cube is in the center of the battlefield, about 65 kilometers away.
I have a sphere on my butt.
I see him. Yeah, let's go.
Which one, the sphere or the? Yeah, you're going
TC,
after the cube.
Do you need help?
No, I'll be fine. I'm only the healer.
Just.
Do you want to break off and give him a hand? Or am I going to die completely if I go against this alone?
You'll totally die completely if you go against it alone.
Let's do it.
There you go. You get that aggro there.
Yeah, you go do that, buddy. You go do that.
And then they'd be like, "Oh no, they brought a friend."
Oh, and no shields now. Yeah, we can hold on. Turn the shields on again. There we go. Thank you very much.
You've got a very fancy shield turner-oner thing.
It'll lazily list over to you, so you guys at least have some healing.
Bastards with their cutting bloody tractor beams. Right.
It's so hard to tell which side is. Oh wait, no, there is like a faint square in the game.
Quick, everyone just say yes, but then don't let Steve run off all Leroy Jenkins on it like he does in D&D. I don't do that. It only happened once in Reese's campaign.
And it worked, unfortunately.
Killed everything, which is the sad part about that.
Before I even got a javelin in.
Okay.
I seem to be holding my own against this guy pretty okay.
Well, you do have the Zephyr
yeah,
pulling a bit of aggro as well.
Yeah, and the vast majority of the team are now here, so...
We are the Borg. Eat shit. What? Yeah, we changed our motto. It just wasn't threatening enough. Ah, yes. The Borg Space Dookie.
That one looks like it could be painful to squeeze out. Let's be real.
Well, that's with the the extra what do you call them? The appendages, when they burst forth from their skin if you're being assimilated. So like
I want to point out as well that they say resistance detected. As if to say,
do not let the torpedo hit you.
Oh.
I just see you got deleted there.
I was one-shotted at full health and shields. Do not let the torpedo hit you.
Well, get rid of the regeneration probe first.
You have to get near one first.
The weird little football things, for some reason, wasn't firing on it. Let's try that again. That was very strange.
Is it me, or is that ship randomly teleporting a bit?
Yeah,
space?
it did for me. It moved up.
Oh, somebody's called them the Nimbus Pirates.
Oh.
Alright, I believe all those I believe those are all dealt with. Let us deal with the 6 of 10.
That's me in my event progress. How did it know? Rick Pendragon, everything we have is dated with a collector. Oh, you ever wonder why ships always fly at the same orientation in space? Yeah. Someone had an in-lore reason for this, that there was some sort of collective navigation system that everyone adhered to, so it like basically made everyone fly on a similar plane, and that's why you don't see ships coming at each other in weird angles.
It
this
makes
time.
it makes sense, obviously, for television because you want to kind of like orient yourself like for it. But when it comes to actual space combat, that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah, no. Like I can.
Release me.
You having no fun over there, James?
Having a
I had two probes tractoring me.
And then
To say I was immobile would be an understatement. Even thoughts of movement restricted.
They are trying to deactivate all my subsystems.
Yeah, I can't get anywhere near you to heal, so enjoy.
Yeah, I'm cloaked, so we'll see if I can get some. Oh well, there goes the Unimatrix, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Makes
I am
sense.
still being shot at by everything. Everything needs to stop shooting me. What's going on? Your guy's dead. Stop attacking me, please.
Continue
They're
exploring.
the Borg.
Yeah.
Yes, this is exploring. Definitely. This is what I label exploring.
Shoot a torpedo into
All
the
I see-
exhaust.
All I see is green beams shooting at me.
Well, that is your job, after all.
Yeah, it just, even the most, even a footballer would get overwhelmed if you threw like 100 footballs at him.
Yeah, but within the context of the game of football, that shouldn't happen. Really.
Yes.
That'd be a very
I'm just
different game.
I am realizing how bad my weapons are at this point. I can barely go through a probe.
Oh, I was like, why was I not causing as much damage? And I was like, oh, I remember. I swapped out one of my turrets for or one of my beam arrays for a plasma turret, so it caused plasma damage. That makes sense now.
Endeavors, daily quests that you hate.
Alright, well, we've gotten our event XP for today, and we will move on to Task Force Operation. Oh, and I slowly leave the system. Fantastic. We'll move on to the Task Force Operation for the Universal Endeavor, which who knows with these things sometimes. What is it again? Oh, yes. I don't need to do that. Okay.
Yes, it is the binary circuit. Just find it first.
There it
So I
is.
have to go
It is a
through.
ground mission. Hooray!
Our favorite.
Seems to be 2 teams of 5. Oh yeah, of course everyone's going to be doing it because it's a universal endeavor, right?
Universal. Yeah. 2 teams simultaneously race through a Borg cooperative cube filled with challenges. The first team to reach the goal is the victor. We're doing a game show.
Oh, sweet. It's like Takeshi's Castle with the fear of assimilation.
But it's a cooperative
I
Borg
guess.
cube.
Yeah.
So this is
I prefer my version better.
Mine-
It's way funnier.
What's going on? What happened there? Are you guys still in a team?
Yes.
It just it said error taking the thing, and then it said you left the team, even though I'm not in a team.
It happened again. Hooray! And if we leave
Yes.
this task force operation, we're locked out for like a half an hour.
Sorry, James.
Goody.
Right.
Right, it'll just have to be me and Stephen then, I guess.
What should you do in the meantime, James? You could try the task force
I don't know.
operation.
There's this task force operation called Binary Circuit. Maybe I can try it.
Look at
Try
the
and do it on
puppy,
your own.
though! They have a puppy!
Oh, okay. Could you? Eesh. This is Fall Guys.
Oh, yay! Somebody reveal the floor.
This is Fall Guys. Seriously.
Uh,
Alright.
Natka,
Right.
do your thing.
Yeah.
You and your
Alright.
puppy.
I will do.
Oh no, the dog just fell off! Oh, that's awful! Oh, the poor
Oh,
little
dude.
thing!
Oh no. How dare they reveal the floor? Oh god. Alright.
I think
Oh, this is fun. This is really fun.
I need just one more
Oh.
reveal.
Alright. I can do that.
Okay, cool. I got it.
There you go.
Yep, there we go.
Alright.
I'm on the other side. Now what? Oh, Lachi.
I don't know. Oh no! Way to go! There we go. This is quite interesting as like an exercise thing. Oh my gosh, I like this.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah. Like this is interesting design.
Ah!
Oh fuck.
Can I reveal the floor? Yes, reveal entire floor. There we go. That should do it.
Yeah, that would be much nicer. Thank you.
I'm gonna wait for you guys.
Yeah. It is a
Eat
race.
grenade! Uh-oh.
As a concept, this is hilarious.
Not when the dog falls off the bridge. I wasn't a fan of that.
You weren't expecting that. You weren't expecting it, were you?
No, it just
I think
tumbled
our team-
off! I was like, that's
How many minutes?
awful!
How many minutes into
I
the
think-
stream are you?
37
I think our
minutes?
team are in the lead so far.
37. Okay. So I'll go to around 35 when I watch this back later.
Yeah. Aww,
What?
this is so much. The fact that they're catching up now. I'm like, come on, I want to win.
Here's this thing.
I actually think I'm getting slightly competitive. Oh no! Don't touch the orbs.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Don't touch the orbs.
Oh
Ah.
my goodness, there's one of those mining ships from the Kelvin timeline.
Oh.
Cool.
The big huge one.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Where do I go? Oh no!
Woo.
This is hilarious fun. I like it.
Oh.
Alright. Attack other team? I can attack the other team?
Do it. Ah!
I'm attacking the other team! Right.
Right,
what do we
let's
do?
try that
What do we do?
again.
Where do we go? Alright.
Oop, there are some Borg here.
Right, I've moved on to 3, I think?
Possibly. Ah.
Yeah, I'm moving ahead. I've moved ahead.
Oh god.
There's a latch here now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Do we-
Hopefully there's a new respawn point or something, because there's some
Yeah.
big tough Borg that was not playing
Not
ball.
happy with you.
Okay, I think
Um,
the other team
do
are
we-
still stuck doing that.
yeah. Oh, we can rotate the seconds. Okay, that was not what we were supposed to do. This is a puzzle. Oh, this is so fun. I'm enjoying this.
The red team beat the second challenge.
Alright.
Oh, okay, I see. So the middle one needs to go counterclockwise?
You mean like that?
Yep. And then
Oh, the Borg are trying to override it. No, don't do the thing. It's not right. Don't like you doing that. Okay.
ah. Go away from there. Bad Borg.
Naughty Borg.
No.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, they've messed up the. I've been disabled. There's a lot of enemies spawning in. That's the problem at this point. There's a lot of ads.
There we go. I think that's it.
And,
Yep, that's it. Go,
yep,
go, go.
Yep. Go. Move. Oh, we're winning. How you doing, James?
I've literally just spawned in. I've no idea even what I'm doing. But that's fine. There's a guy here called Killer Beast who is. What are those guys who look like Klingons but aren't Klingons?
Gorn?
No. What? They look like Klingons.
No. They look like Klingons but with like mandibles. Like
Oh,
Klingons.
Nausicaans. Yeah.
Not seconds.
That's it.
The
Yeah.
red team beat the third challenge.
They're not going to beat us
Oh.
now.
There is no way that I'm.
Oh my
gonna be
god,
able to
what
do
in
this.
God's
that
name
is
is that?
That is a.
For some reason I'm not attacking.
It looks like a
There we go. Much better.
It looks like a golden scorpion.
Yeah, it looks like Scorpion from Spider-Man, except on steroids.
I can't tell what it is. Oh, there's a big, huge robot now.
God,
Oh, they've
this is-
adapted. They've adapted.
Do you still have that remodulator thing?
Yeah, I still do, and I'm using it.
It's like a an assimilated Tholian or something. Ah, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, it is a Tholian. It's
Yeah.
a Tholian. It's a Tholian in like exo armor.
Training
Hey, we
Nice!
did. We
We won.
How did we do? I will take competitive war games mark package, please.
Yes, me too.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm not gonna lie. That is possibly one of the funnest experiences I've had so far for this.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't really help that much. But that's
Hey.
okay.
Yeah, we did. That is how I feel like. That is to me what the experience of this game should be. It should be like a fun, puzzly kind of situation.
Scorpiborg, Max
You didn't win.
Borg,
Save the dog. You didn't win.
indeed, hollow victory. Well,
Yeah.
luckily the dog respawns, because, that's how things are.
I have no idea what
I-
I'm doing.
Personally, I just want the cat pet, which you can get in this game, because I adore cats. And why
Wait,
am I
cats in this game?
Yes, there are
Yeah, you can
cats.
get cats in this game.
How much are they?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Are you
I-
gonna
I-
gonna get a Mao?
I don't want.
Another chairman Mal.
Yeah.
Spot. Yeah, apparently you could get Spot.
Yes. Yeah. You
It's a
can
possibility.
be the spirit of Spot. I think, because at this point Spot would be long gone, unfortunately.
Unless he got. Oh, no. Not unless he's definitely gone.
Well,
But you could.
I don't mind dogs. Cyanide. I do prefer cats. Having grown up with a cat,
Where's the floor?
I just can't. They are my one weakness is cats. If you give me a kitten or a cat, and I will be very happy. I'm not gonna lie.
Spot's great grand kittens.
Oh, he died! Bloody noob.
Right, so I get 100 toes for myself. So I'm gonna take I think I'm gonna take the discovery marks this time around.
Yeah, the
So
discovery
I've got-
stuff is quite good.
2, 3.
A lot of the equipment has like hull benefits and things like that. Let's see. I
1, 2,
have Romulan Califal. I don't believe I'll be using that. We'll just get rid of that. Okay. Uncommon personal endeavor reward. 50,000 entry credits. And a universal endeavor prize pack. What do we got? advanced R&D materials, 50,000 energy credits. Normal R&D materials, 50,000 energy credits, and 1,000 dilithium ore. Not 3 bad.
Yeah, the lithium ore is not too bad at all.
It'd be great if they gave you refined dilithium though, as opposed to dilithium ore, because I've got plenty of ore.
Yeah, but they've got to gatekeep that currency somehow. After all.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are you winning, son?
How's it going, James?
Well, I'm not really sure what's going on, so I'm just trying to make my way across this light bridge that keeps on appearing and disappearing.
Yes. Yeah. In response,
did you paint a World War II Spitfire on your face?
Yeah, I've got Defiant nose art essentially, which is there's some other ones like involving the Borg and things like that, but I just love the classic look of a shark mouth on I suppose you could call it like a ship, like an aircraft essentially. I don't know, there's something so iconic about it. Because apparently the shark mouth for the Defiant is like an unused concept. Yeah. Basically, it's got.
MDW.
Yeah, is that the Defiant?
Hello.
The "Are you winning, son?" for me is much funnier. To be fair, I have tons of vehicle in GTA with the same design. Yeah, this is basically a Defiant. They call this the saucer section, but it's the deflector array. That's the Defiant. Then these are pylons apparently on the side. Can you see? Oh, you can't see my mouse. Oops. So these black triangle bits are pylons, and they're from the Valiant. The body is from the Valiant, and the nacelles are from the Sao Paulo. I think the Sao Paulo nacelles are just, I don't know, there's something so slick about them, especially the way they point forward. There's, I don't know, kind of like more aggressive looking, I suppose, or and the red obviously is go faster. Yeah, I'm using Orc Mythos technology. The red stripe makes it go faster.
I appear to have, you know, my team's doing really badly if I'm the one doing the work, right? Like, I've managed to get us through the first challenge. So I haven't got much hope. I just hope for the guys in the other team get it done soon. I think they are done.
Are they on? Does it say bosses?
No, it says doors. So
right. In Star Trek Online, there are a few ships that have the saucer separate ability. So obviously the Galaxy class does. The Galaxy Dreadnought. I think a lot of Dreadnought classes, especially for Federation, have saucer separation. Oh! Did the Universe class just come in? It did. Look at how silly this ship is. It's just so silly.
I tell you what, Steve. Whilst we're waiting for James to complete the game show, shall we show off some of the customization that you can do within the game?
We can.
Oh, for God's sake! No. Okay.
Yes, he did leave. He did say that those are go faster stripes.
Yes, it's it's an orc paint job. I had orcs painted to go faster. It's definitely applicable canon, alpha canon in Star Trek lore, to go faster.
Yeah, it's nice to see you back, MDW, and we welcome you back to the stream. I hope you enjoy what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, we're on. Unfortunately, we due to a technical hiccup within the game, lost James on the task force, but he's completing the task force now. We're gonna try and do some of our personal endeavors. I probably won't do defeating the Tholians on the ground on stream because we've done that already.
Yes.
That's a shame because I've got to defeat the Tholians as well.
Do you? Oh, well then maybe we will. It's not like it's very difficult to rack up the kills and on New
How many is it,
Kara.
like 10?
Boys, peak job, yeah.
20 for me. Because Marina Sirtis said she's going to stay in the UK for now since she's been over here for 6 months filming already. Is that for season 2 of Picard? Because we didn't get to see enough Troy. We got to see plenty of Riker. We didn't get to see enough Troy.
Oh, yes, we did. Yeah, I guess not.
Merci, Tina. I think what's actually really funny is that when Riker came in Picard, I'll try and keep it as spoiler light as possible, but basically he came in and did the most Riker thing possible, and then he basically swung his starship dick around, went, "Mine's bigger than yours," and then kind of expected the other side to stand down. So like, he just kind of just came in and was all like, "Huh? Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?" And history was made.
Right. So it turns out I need to defeat 60 Tholians on the ground. So
Oh, well, we could assist with that, I suppose.
that's a. And okay. So my things for today are all on the ground.
Oof.
One is defeat captains, or defeat a captain, defeat 20 Voth, and 60 Tholians. What is everybody else's?
Well, I've
Defeat the Vadwa and disruptor damage and herald ships. Herald ships are not something we can do, so I'm quite
Yeah.
happy not to do any endeavors myself personally today.
They filmed. Wait, I forgot to tell you, they fixed the TNG trailer on Netflix. Now it's Riker telling Picard he shouldn't lead the away teams. Ah, okay, that's fair enough. Because he probably shouldn't be, to be honest. 6 months is quite long for a single series, though, so she's either a much bigger role or filming is super slow at the moment. It's probably
Well,
a bit of column A, column B, really, to be honest. With
I mean, I can speak from experience, having done background artist work in my previous career, that filming even just a couple of minutes for a scene can take a long time. Like I think we spent like an entire day filming one particular scene over and over again because the director wasn't quite happy with the lighting or with the shots that they were doing. And when you're doing take after take after take and you want to get it just right, it can make the process very slow, very frustrating. And even in these times where we're having to be cautious about other people and our hygiene and things like that, it will put a bit of a kink in the works in regards to filming.
Yeah, depends on the scene. I know I had to take 4 weeks for my 8-minute student film. Well, there's a lot to be said for experience. Obviously, teams that are experienced working together will be able to achieve a lot. You'll find on long-running series, sometimes with Star Trek, they change director nearly episode to episode. And part of the reason is so they can film more simultaneously, and part of the other reason is that they like to achieve different outlooks on the material that's being given to them. But what can happen sometimes is that the crew and the director might be new to each other, and therefore they don't gel that well, or the teams are new. Any kind of thing like that can happen. And
obviously, we have you'll have sometimes two crews working in the same studio at the same time, one working on one episode, one working on another episode, and that can also cause issues, especially when you're working in close proximity with each other.
yeah,
Right, gentlemen, should we make a move to New Kara?
yeah, we'll depart the sector. Also, MDW, you said Klingon Admiral ship when I was playing was huge and slow compared to your ships. Was it a carrier type? Jerry has a couple of carrier types. I think he has a Jem'Hadar dreadnought carrier, and that thing was that thing was huge and beefy, but that certainly would not be my style. That's for sure. I like small and nippy.
The Defiant definitely has got the speed and turning power when it comes to that particular ship model.
Yeah.
I believe I've managed to get her to be pretty quick and turny
Yeah.
as well, especially for what she is. Very happy with what I've got now.
Yeah, I am hoping to get myself a Titan in the future.
Another nice looking
But
ship.
unfortunately, I need to get more fleet ship modules, I believe, which are the things that are holding me back at this current time.
Yep.
But I'll be getting some soon. I'm going to be working on that.
Wait, what happened to the modules that Stephen? Have I missed something here?
Well, no, because you can get the you can get fleet. What is it? 4. You could get 4 more and claim the fleet variant, or get the T6 variant, and then the fleet ship module I gave him would give him a discount. So it's really up. It's really up to, you know, it's one of those things of weighing up which one is better value.
Yeah, and for me at the current moment, getting 5 fleet ship module bundle is probably going to be the most cost-effective thing for me in regards to the game.
Speaking of which, where do I find these cats? Where are they?
Cats?
I have no idea.
Oh, right. Anyone any idea where we can get cat pets companions for STO?
Looking at. Okay, filter. I'm looking at personal. Oh, I had to get a head scratch. I can have a Borg bridge officer if I wanted to.
You can.
I don't want to though. Cat.
Was it a huge warbird, you believe, MDW?
Ah.
Check the pet shops. Yeah, we'll just check on Earth space.
There's one every couple of light years, you know.
Yeah, you just go to a Ferengi pet shop, you know. They'll.
Oh god, I would hate to think what they would sell you.
At least I think if it was a Ferengi, you know, like Quark, the animals would at least be taken care of.
But some of the other Ferengi, they'd probably try to eat your friendly pets.
Oh yeah.
Imagine. Not into that.
Ferengi would paint a rat and call it a gerbil. I mean, yeah, I guess. What if you're into rats? Rats are cute. I'd work with Hugh or 7 of 9 any day. Mostly 7. Well, I mean, we've all probably had our Jerry Ryan fantasies, and I'm sure she's sick of hearing at conventions, much like Carrie Fisher was, people stating that. It's like, oh, thank you, how lovely.
Next,
So,
please.
gentlemen, is there a way to acquire EVA seats here? I've just realised I put mine in the bank yesterday.
Oh. Go to the dilithium store, and you can buy one for like 85 dilithium.
Awesome.
It will offer you 0 protection other than environmental protection. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Enjoy that, James. Enjoy that.
There are tribbles, and for some reason in this game, they're a consumable.
You eat them.
Or I think the implication is you pet them, and that gives you buffs and things like that. It's very, very strange altogether.
Well, Dr. Phlox would probably argue with you against that.
I heard the story of a guy who forgot he had a tribble on his ship for several hours. Oh god, then he had thousands of tribbles probably.
If you have any food components, apparently they eat them and multiply like tribbles want to do.
What the hell? You've got some sort of weird shotgun. What the hell is that?
This is a disruptor.
Wow. Oh, I got vibes of, was it... It's Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels? Where he pulls out the giant machine gun, and it's just like, what the fuck is that? It's me Bren gun, innit? They're like, yeah, of course. And then the other guys in the drug den just have like an air gun or something like that. Jesus, that was a weird movie.
Yeah.
Can everyone please just stop getting shot?
So, in this AO, what would be counted as a captain?
Like, well, see the way with the Tholians anyway, their rank is above their head, so you literally would have to see Tholian captain.
Tholian captain. Which I don't think we have seen in here. That crystal's floating. Okay, well.
But there is a spot, as far as I can tell, that we have never explored before.
Okay, rubber banding.
I'm feeling quite badass with this shotgun disruptor.
Yeah. Right.
I'm really enjoying this minigun, to be honest.
Right. Where is James? Let's find James, and we're gonna.
Not far from you.
He's over to the left, I believe.
Around here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to find our way.
There's a floating crystal here that I'm gonna mine.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I saw earlier.
Yeah.
I was going to make a comment about there being a floating crystal, but there's literally walking crystals around and we're shooting at them, so...
Yep.
What can you say?
Darn Tholians interrupting my crystal mining.
Yeah, I tried.
Turns out that crystal mining is you're actually hijacking and murdering their children. And so that's why they're pissed at you.
Yeah.
Well, I think Tholians actually... They're very... Well, obviously their biology is very similar to spiders. In that regard, but I'm pretty sure that they don't hatch from crystals in that way. Probably have eggs or something like that.
Tribble just live by the rule of acquisition 45. Expand or die. I'm a bit rom with the rules, remind me. As much as Steven's not a Kojima fan, sure he'd appreciate to know Armin Shimerman is in Death Stranding. Oh, I did not know that. And damn, I didn't realize he got so old. You know what? Armin actually looks pretty good for his age. And unfortunately, we've obviously lost Aaron Eisenberg in the last 2 years. But I reckon Armin Shimerman and Max Grodenchuk would totally come back to be Ferengi if they were asked to in Picard. But as I said before, the most likely cameo is anyone from the TNG era, and including Chief O'Brien, because he spanned 2 series along with Worf.
I have a question for the group.
Okay.
I was reading an article about why this person didn't like Michael Burnham.
Right.
And there's obviously the initial thing. His first defense of why he didn't like it was not because of her race, because race or gender, which is sometimes what people don't like. Obviously, because people are idiots, they don't like about that character. But yeah, so he said no, and that's not simply true. It's because, quote, Wesley Crusher is the most hated character in Star Trek. What has Will Wheaton done to be hated?
Yeah. And the funny thing is,
I mean,
Wesley Crusher's not all that hated. I don't hate Wesley Crusher at all. Like,
I don't know what it is, but what's the buzz on this? Why is he hated?
I don't know. To be honest, I think it's one of those things of a child on the bridge of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
What on earth was that?
Tholian, probably.
No, what Stephen just picked up.
I don't know, to be honest. I just picked it up. It could have killed me, for all I know. Alright, so across these stone bridges, there's another, like, underground area. And I think this is where that Tholian project leader is, potentially.
You mean across here?
Gotta love Chief O'Brien. Hey, Jess! How's it going?
Hello, Jess.
Hey, Jess.
Jesus, Armin's in his 70s. Oh my god. Okay.
Is that Quark?
Yes, it is Quark.
Okay.
being a child star. People just don't like child actors back then. I think jealousy and all that.
Yeah, I mean, with
Oh well, Tina's like
Power Rangers as well.
Tina's like she's a moaning bitch, not in a fun way. I liked Michael. I've grown to hate her. All right,
Who said that? Sorry.
Tina. You see,
Tina.
I don't mind. I don't mind Michael Burner. They're not my favorite character, not by a long shot in Discovery. But I feel
this is a task force.
is it?
Yeah.
Well, enter transdimensional tactics. Oh, okay. Now everything makes sense. All right.
Which one do I need to do?
I just
Do you want me to
enter
go?
area. Don't click any of the other difficulties, or we'll have a very bad time. I think.
Elite difficulty.
We'll have
okay.
a bad time.
Elite difficulty. We're on.
So, what was I going to say? I mean, Michael, yeah, they're not my favorite character, not by a long shot in the show. But I feel this season moved some of the focus away from Michael so that it wasn't all about her and that it was more about the crew of the Discovery. I'm actually really liking the person on the... I quite like Detmer because I always have a thing for pilots anyway, but possibly their partner Olivia. I actually think she's a bit of a badass as well. They're probably amongst my favorite characters. Saru is obviously fantastic because, you know, Doug Jones in general.
He is a fantastic prosthetics performer, like hands down one of the best in the business.
Oh yeah, it's why he keeps getting hired, I suppose.
And that, and he's really just, oh yeah, not just because his prosthetics, but his ability to act in them, I guess. I also like the fact that there's a bloke here that really wants you to know his name is James.
You?
And I appreciate it.
Oh.
No, it's not me. My name's Alex in this. Look at this guy I'm next to in the blue.
James! Doug Jones. Super amazing in person. I didn't get the chance to meet Doug, unfortunately. But, yeah. Glad I was warned before I spent money. Yeah, apparently Drusilla, the actress from Buffy, is none too pleasant. Which is weird, because what were we watching? And Emma Caulfield showed up. And in our experience, Emma Caulfield wasn't too pleasant to deal with either.
Yeah, unfortunately, when there are certain actors, you just hear stories about them, and you're like, why are you such an ass? Like, I heard a story about Shia LaBeouf, because of course, Shia LaBeouf.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. Like, he was working on... There was a guy who I was working with as an extra on the show just as I'd gotten out of university, and he told me that he knew a guy who worked with Shia on... What was the tank? Fury?
Fury.
Yeah,
Oh.
Fury.
Okay.
And he, obviously, people already know, like, he scarred his face and this, that, and the other. But apparently, like, he was on the set that they were on, like, they had rental cars to get them from set, A to B, and they were told very, very nicely, they're not our cars, could you please
Stop
just
shitting.
be aware, because you're going to get muddy, just don't make a mess in them. And, they put down plastic covers and this, that, and the other for the cars just to make sure that they were, clean. And of course, they're doing these scenes where they're caked head to toe in mud because, they're crawling and, being army guys and doing all this stuff. And Shia just gets into this car covered head to foot in mud. And he rips the plastic bag out. And one of the cars was going a bit too slow in front of him, so he gets out, has a row with the guy who's driving that other car, has a row with his driver, saying, "Yo, you're going too slow, this, that, and the other. I want to get back to my trailer." He trashes the car, and then gets into his trailer, denies everything, and says that it's the driver's fault. And this is of course second-hand information I got from other people.
Yeah,
But it just made me think what happened to that poor kid growing up, going from Even Stevens to what he is now.
yeah.
Well, you've also got to think, like, you got to take it in context as well, not to forgive his actions, but more explain why he might be doing it. He was, I know he went into, like, as you say, he scarred his face during that production. Like, he was very, like, really into that role. And I feel like the role itself was just a very hard thing to do, the whole thing. And imagine a day of being caked in mud would have just pissed anybody off. So I think you had Shia LaBeouf, and I think Shia would probably be quite unbearable anyway in real life. But I think you had bad mood Shia. Personally.
So MDW provides a good theory for the Wesley Crusher hatred. Is maybe people don't like Wesley Crusher because of what he and his friends did at Starfleet Academy, letting Picard down. Now, true enough, himself and Red Squad did get into a whole heap of trouble by initiating a starburst maneuver, which is illegal for starters, because it, as far as I remember, the stats on it creates a mini supernova-esque thing by pointing the jets of Peregrine starfighters together, and after burning out. So "Shut up, Wesley" is quoted so much. I swear Picard only said it once. Yes, he only said it once. And the funny thing is Riker told Picard to shut up, and no one's quoting that. I think what would be fantastic is that if Wesley shows up in Picard season 2 or season 3 or what have you as a captain and tells Picard to shut up, it would be wonderful, I think.
I mean, to be fair, one of the reasons why he left as well was because he wanted to do his education, and then he came back because he missed working on the show.
Yep. They were very much like his family, though, on set. Like, The Next Generation was... The Next Generation was apparently very close-knit for all the actors.
Well, you could tell.
Yeah.
And he became an almost Q.
Yes, he went off with the Traveler, and we're not quite sure. Apparently, Wesley is special in some way. This task force is not queuing up.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately, nobody wants to do it with us, guys.
That's fine. I'm down to. I've got 32 kills now on the Thurlian, so if we get through that, we can. What other ones do you need to do, Stephen?
I just need to do plasma damage in space, which I kind of have a shitty turret to do it, but all I have to do is keep getting involved in fights, I suppose. Because at least the turret is 360 degree arc, so it will constantly fire at things.
And do you know a decent Voth?
Is it Voth on the ground?
Yes, it is Voth on the ground, unfortunately.
Right. So that would have to be a task force operation. I don't know which ones. It would have to be something Delta Quadrant related. So maybe...
I'm not massively fussed, to be honest. I'm going to get the 60 kills for the Tholians, which it appears to be the
very
you have to
rare.
get you don't have to get all 3 done, do you? You don't have to get 1 done.
No. Yeah, you can do as many as you want. Like, so you obviously got your Universal Endeavor for doing that actually rather fun binary circuit one.
Speaking of Pendragon, I love the fact that, as you say, they work very well together in that, and it shows the chemistry. Also, I think that comes from the fact that Seth himself is a big fan of the Star Trek universe.
Well, that's why he created the Orville. The Orville is like his dream show, and myself and Rick discuss this quite often. Is that, especially with this season of Family Guy, you get the distinct impression that Seth wants it to be over. Like, you can tell he's not into Family Guy anymore. He's just kind of doing it because he's under contract. So I think he's getting the quality, sort of letting it slip so the show can be cancelled, but knowing Fox considering Disney are allowing them to be a separate entity, with The Simpsons and that, they'll just let it go forever, you know. So I think the only way Seth's gonna get out of doing Family Guy is if he quits.
It does appear, though, to defend The Simpsons, it does appear that The Simpsons are on a little bit of a comeback, which was...
They are.
And I say this based on that one scene I saw in the biker bar, which just... It was the most funniest thing in the world to me.
Oh, the Simpsons has been steadily getting better ever since they stopped trying to compete with Family Guy. Like, there was a period of time where The Simpsons kept doing, like, almost a random cutaway type situation. I was like, why are you doing this? This isn't your style. This is... What you generally have is an overarching narrative and a B story. Stick to that. Like...
Yeah, and they also tend to went a couple of times. They went into like a Family Guy style joke where it's a bit too dark, and it's like, wait a minute,
this isn't Simpsons.
You're not meant to do this.
Yeah.
The Simpsons are somewhat family friendly.
That's pretty family friendly, to be honest. When they came out on Disney Plus, Tabby and I were watching the episodes, and some of the early ones are just amazing. Like sort of season 5 early, are just amazing, really good and really well thought out episodes. And then this is in hindsight, I haven't gotten to this far into it because we sort of watched it to go to sleep to, sort of thing. But like, I remember like in season 20, I want to say season 25. I just remember recording it on Sky a couple of years ago, and every episode was like guest starring this person, guest starring this person.
Oh,
like, why didn't you just make a good episode instead of just guest starring a new person every episode?
Okay, so MDW asks, just out of curiosity, what are your thoughts on Voyager's Doctor, and who is your favorite Star Trek Doctor? I actually love the Doctor. I love the EMH. I think his character progression throughout of Voyager, because as anyone who's watched all of Star Trek knows, the Robert Picardo showed up as the same character in both TNG and in DS9 one time to basically say, hey, we're right next door shooting Voyager, let's have him special guest on DS9 type situation. And he was creating an EMH based on DS9's Dr. Bashir. And, the character that the Doctor comes from is quite arrogant and he's not very pleasant. And the funny thing is he's an engineer, but they based it upon his personality for the EMH. And for the EMH then to grow and become less abrasive and more compassionate is a great character arc for him. I would actually go as far to say I think my favorite Doctor in Star Trek is McCoy. To be honest, I kind of like the grizzled, hard-edged Doctor of, take these pills or I'll give you a knuckle sandwich kind of situation.
To be fair, I did like Carl Ungren's version of McCoy in the Kelvin timeline as well, where he's just like this jaded person who's like, Kirk's all like, oh yeah, we're going to space. How cool is that? Yeah, you know what's good about space? Nothing. It will kill you.
Yeah, one pinhole leak. Our blood's gonna boil on inside of our bodies, and we'll be dead within 20 seconds. It's like, okay. Oh yeah.
You're pleasant.
Yeah, and just a warning: I may throw up on you.
I enjoyed Carl Urban's McCoy, but I think so far out of the ones I've watched, obviously, and I haven't watched a lot, is just Phlox at the moment because he seems to be quite an enjoyable character in general.
Phlox is great.
As both James and I, we're currently watching Star Trek in our own way. Like, I'm watching Star Trek probably for like with the proper attention span for the first time, because as a kid it was on in the background and you didn't really care. But
Someone's got an original series phaser and it sounds fantastic. Like,
but the idea of watching like the series chronologically, historically, like from Enterprise then to Discovery, then the original series, I'm doing that with a few friends of mine, and so far Phlox is possibly one of my favorite characters out of the Enterprise as a whole.
yeah, he's definitely mine. From Enterprise, I even said that when you guys were going into it. I was like, the Doctor is the best. He is the best character.
I'm really enjoying that. I enjoy all the characters, and I think they work very well together. Even to Paul, like you don't hate. After a while, you don't hate her anymore. But like, you start to really love her. Like, and she has subtle touches. Like, heck, when they stopped the Enterprise from being dry docked and stuff, it was because of her. You can even see her like smile without smiling. It was this wonderful moment.
What the secret? Bugger. Well, is that the secret smile you have when you fart on a bus and it's silent? And you're like you think
exactly that.
You think, thank God.
Exactly that.
Okay. For anyone who can see my face cam, I feel everybody has probably done this in their lifetime. Whereas you need to fart and you're on public transport and you're wearing headphones and you do this kind of lift one ear out, let the fart go, and then kind of go confirm it's silence and put your headphone back on.
God.
You say, "Oh God," but you've all done it. Admit it. You've all done it.
No, I'm saying oh God because it's making me laugh.
He's dying in game, probably. Oh dear.
I've got 8 more kills, by the way. 8 more kills to go before we can leave this bloody planet.
Oh, I think we've committed Tholian genocide by now. Jesus.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Jesus has abandoned us if we have.
Yeah, Tholian Jesus.
What is? Can somebody not look up genocides, but look up the number of that you have to kill to have a genocide? Because 60 has got to be up there, surely.
Right. So Tina says, "I live in typing HSE hand washing paragraph. Just wrote fart in the paragraph."
Just be glad you're not doing homework.
But one of the things with genocide, at least by the UN definition of genocide, is there has to be genocidal intent. Otherwise, it's just like mass murder.
What? So I'm shooting. Well, I'm. If we eliminated the Tholians as a species, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah. So basically, us to come in here, like, let's say we have the goal of defending Nukara because this isn't their home planet. So, that wouldn't be genocide, even though if we managed to wipe out the entire species, it's because we had another goal in mind. If our entire goal was to wipe them out because we don't like them, then that's genocidal intent.
What if you came on this island, this planet, to kill them because a mission told you to kill them, and you ended up killing 60 of them? Where do we draw the line there?
Well, then
you trying to absolve yourself of murder, James?
I mean, absolve myself by saying I've committed genocide isn't exactly better. Three-way now.
We're getting very in depth into this one, but I would feel that it would be in the same realms of any army officer or soldier that has been told to follow orders, regardless of what they are. I don't think you are guilty of the genocide. Your superiors are guilty of the genocide, but you are a part of it, and you'll just have to live with that, I guess.
Art Gaming, you've turned me into a monster through your genocidal actions. You turned me French as well. Damn you!
You just became French there for a brief moment.
But we are.
Well, yeah.
But we are. man.
Okay. Right, I should probably start collecting more Omega marks because I'm very nearing level 2 for that, which would be quite nice.
Right, I'm done. Let us leave this hellscape.
Right, get to a transporter. Let's leave this awful place.
Die.
Yeah, leave everyone else to their genocide. We shall get out of here. So if you wipe out a town, for example, so it's not even specific to the entirety of so I guess you could say a community or a town or something like that. That counts. Interesting. Where the fuck is this teleporter? Oh, okay, I found it. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God I'm already in my ship.
I found it by self-genociding.
AKA the population of Willamette, Colorado. I think, like you say, it has to have the intent to wipe out the group. Yeah. Why am I not able to be... Ah, there we go.
Oh, Willamette! I don't know why you'd move back to Willamette after the first outbreak in Willamette. And then the second one just has an awful Frank West.
Oh, yeah. Not Frank West, in other words?
Yeah. Yeah, the Frank West that didn't look like Frank West was run by a different voice actor and acted differently. And for all intents and purposes, the only relation was they were both white guys who were photographers.
Yeah, but
fantastic.
With Dead Rising 2, did they not have the Case West DLC or something?
Yep. And that was by the original voice actor, a aged model, and all that came caboodle. But yeah, Dead Rising 4, I just awful in every way.
So,
yeah.
I believe that I am now Reputation 2 with Task Force Omega.
I have got to catch up on my reputation stuff. I kind of did a bit of everything, and yeah.
Speaking of catching up, need to look
That's
at my...
quite good because it means now I can have nanites repairing my ship.
Ooh.
And I've got a mega connected shielding, so I've got more hull regeneration, and I've got a passive projectile weapon, Dot, which is pretty darn cool.
And that's weird. There's no deep space encounters as far as I can see on the map. That would have been
Off the record, had an alternative telling of DR2. When it comes to DR, I could go deep. I still think DR4 was better than 3, though, but 1 and 2 are the kings.
I played the crap out of Dead Rising 1, and have admittedly never played any of the other ones, and that was purely by availability. I just didn't have
I loved DR1, I loved DR2, I really enjoyed DR3. Okay, I didn't understand the hate for DR3. It wasn't kind of as zany as the others, is the only sort of explanation I can find for that. It was more gritty and grey, but I really, really loved it. And it was one of the first games I got on the Xbox. I got it at a very poignant time in my life, that game, and I recently played through it again and completed it completely, and yeah, had a great fun. And then I booted up Dead Rising 4 to play through that once I completed Dead Rising 3, and I kid you not, I've played less than an hour. And now I feel like I can't play it because it's a Christmas game. This game's set at Christmas, and you know it's like watching a Christmas movie now. It doesn't feel right.
Well, Dead Rising 3 came out at a point of time where every movie brown equaled realistic, and every game had a brown filter on it, and dark and gritty was the order of the day. Like, that period of time was a very dark time for video games and movies. Just everything just felt so generic, and I personally hated it.
Do you know what didn't? It came out at the same time? Pardon me. Black Rising. Black Rising? What? Black Flag.
Yes, which is probably for me the pinnacle of the Assassin's Creed games. I think it was the last one where they could push what it meant to be an assassin because Edward Kenway wasn't an assassin. Everything else after that was kind of like, really? An assassin from there? Okay. Okay.
I tell you what, a game that came out at the wrong time but was a really great game, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, came out after Black Flag, is a great Assassin's Creed game. I would say Black Flag isn't that great of an Assassin's Creed game so much as it is an amazing be a pirate game, and I love it for that. I'm not a massive fan of the Assassin's Creed portions of that game, Assassin's Creed style portions of that game. Whereas in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, it's set in London. You're like, it's really good. You have Jack the Ripper in the DLC. It's an amazingly fun sort of, like Sherlock Holmes, Robert Downey Jr. His version of it. It's got that kind of vibe to it with the music. It's just fun, and it just came out at a point where it was just like, another Assassin's Creed game. We've had like 5 in the last week.
Right. So, well, Rick doesn't agree with you. He says the Jack the Ripper DLC is bastardizing, apparently.
Bastardizing.
Care to discuss your point of view there, Rick?
Also, MDW, I have no
Jack
idea
was an
why you got
assassin
any
who went
plastics.
crazy. Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes, he's an assassin that goes crazy. But like, it was what I liked was the fact that it was set in that weird time. Because it's so dark and gritty and dirty back then. I love that sort of that setting. Victorian London is a very interesting place. By the way, what are we doing? We're waiting for a thing to spawn.
No, we were just chatting and shooting the shit. I was kind of enjoying it.
Okay, I see, because I see a deep space encounter called Intelligence Disaster. If you want to go shoot something,
Where is that?
southeast of us.
Oh, there's 3. I see it. Yeah. I'm gonna plot a course for there now. Let me see. Yeah, MDW got ads for plastic surgery. So obviously on the banner, either above or below the stream, he has ads for plastic surgery. I mean, maybe in a sense of because we were talking about prosthetics and makeup and stuff. Maybe the algorithm made a connection in some way that way. Who knows?
Good old Google listening to everything we say.
Yeah.
Okay, what is my ship trying to do? Okay, my ship wants to turn right and left and really doesn't want me to. Right, we're just gonna let it do its thing. Where are you going, ship?
Damn split space drive.
Yeah, it doesn't cancel much like the other stuff.
Are you guys seeing what my ship is doing?
No, why? You're
It's
44 light years away.
I'm out of squad. I can't. Why does it want to turn? It's just on a constant left turn. Oh, now it's straightening out in the wrong direction.
Well, I am in this
Deep space encounter.
deep space encounter, so I suggest you get in here.
Well,
I mean,
James is 40.
I can only do what the game will let me.
Yeah.
I can only do what the game will let me do.
See, my pilot's a troll in that. Okay, we gotta leave the sector, warp speed, and he's like, full impulse. It'll take us 20 years to get there. And then your pilot is like, wait, what way are we going? Yeah, we want to go to the Klingon sector.
What sun do you want to hit? That sun? Okay.
That,
I didn't say anything about a sun.
straight through the sun. Got it.
I was literally about to be like, oh shit, we're no longer matching the level. It doesn't matter. We're all 65.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
now I can head your direction.
All right.
Yeah, no idea what happened there. My ship was just on a constant left turn, and even if I turned right, the ship would just barely be able to point straight.
So that reminds me of like an actor who said that he could only turn left
Isn't
for
that,
a good long while.
is that not Derek
Whilst he was
Zoolander?
No, it wasn't. No, like he was going to auditions or things like that in his car, and his car would only turn left.
Oh wow.
He had to plan out like his route in order to get to auditions and to gigs and this, that, and the other by turning left the entire time. I think it might have been a comedian. It might have been Michael McIntyre actually.
Oh, Akalakinkaka.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite skits that Michael McIntyre does with the failed dentistry, and his whole face is numb.
That is a good point though. Like, why do dentists, when you're sat on the operation, you're operating, you're in their chair, why do they ask you questions when they've got their hands in your fucking mouth?
Because they love having their fingers bitten.
Or licked.
Yeah. Reminds me of Dark Fate, putting phone in a crisp packet to stop it, listening and tracking. Okay, I know a lot of people didn't like Dark Fate. I thought Dark Fate was an awesome movie. It was good fun, and it felt like a Terminator movie. So, you know, each to their own, but I thought it was fun. And that bit with Linda Hamilton putting her cell phone into a crisp packet and having the T-800 go, if you want to put your phone into a crisp packet, that's your own business, but it ain't gonna do anything. It's like, that was you! You were tracking me the entire time! And he's just like, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It appears to be just you and me, Stephen, here.
Yeah. You
Oh.
seem to be in a different instance, I think, Reese.
Yes. I beat the Tal Shiar. That's why.
But let me see. Dark Fate, pants down, you're the loser, which is another good one. Anytime I'm playing with Ripley, you know, when chasing her around the place, it's that kind of element of, don't think for 1 second I'm doing this to the best of my ability. In those moments where it's like, oh no, you got by me, whatever shall I do? You're so clever and smart. Haha, watch the heavy plasma torpedoes disappear thanks to my automated defense system.
You loved Genesis. Right? I've never seen Genesis. The only thing that I know about Genesis is the fact that it is one of Tom Hardy's first films.
Genesis.
I think he means I don't think he means Star Trek Genesis. I think he means Terminator Genesis, possibly. Yes.
Oh yeah. Terminator Genesis. Oh no,
I thought
Nemesis
Nemesis.
is the
Yeah, I was thinking-
it's the one with Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I was thinking of Genesis Project, which combined with Star Trek became Star Trek Genesis.
Yeah, I didn't mind Genesis, but I don't think the casting was very good, really, across the board. The guy they picked for John Connor wasn't very convincing. I'm not a fan of Emilia Clarke in general. It just didn't work for me. It's like, yeah, and the story was pants, and the idea of Skynet being Matt Smith, I don't know about that either. I know that you can generally get a light bulb to light with a potato. I don't know about it being an artificial intelligence though.
Remind me again, I haven't seen that movie in years. Was Matt Smith always a Terminator, or was he one of John Connor's mates and then becomes a Terminator?
No, he was Skynet
Yeah.
disguised as one of John Connor's soldiers.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, and then he does something to John Connor to make John Connor into Skynet.
he assimilates him basically.
He became the Borg.
Yeah, it just, there's too many weird story arcs with it. You're just like, wait, what?
At this point, that's basically Terminator, is it not? Yeah, the
Yeah.
first one made sense. The second one kind of made sense with it, and then the third one was like, okay, what's going on now? And now the fourth one, and then Salvation. It's like, okay, this is the story we're going with. It's like, what's going on?
You see,
Okay,
Dark
Arnold
Fate.
Schwarzenegger's whacking people.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dark Fate at least kind of did the whole thing of 3 and 4 never happened. This is the continuation of 2, like direct continuation of 2. and this kind of idea that once Skynet was destroyed, something else just took its place, and what that was Legion. So I don't know. I think it worked a little bit better. I would have liked to see more of Legion, but we're probably never going to go. We're never going to get that because it wasn't a commercial success. So.
Also, they can only use Arnold so many times now.
Well,
I mean,
Arnold is done with now in the Terminator franchise. Like, canonically, there's no more of that type anymore. That's where where Dark Fate picked up, was the fact that Skynet is gone. Like, it's fully gone. So
Is he not in it then?
he is, but he's he's a leftover T-800. Basically, a T-800 went back in time. Okay, the spoiler window's kind of closed on it, but basically they sent a T-800 back to kill John Connor again at a different point in time, but this one actually succeeded. And basically, when that T-800 succeeded, he just sort of walked off. It was kind of like, oh, mission done, bye.
Wait, that's the same. Is that not the same one that was in 3 then? Because that one kills John Connor.
No.
He does.
In 3.
He gets killed. He gets killed and sent back by John Connor's wife, Sarah. Is it not Sarah Connor?
No. That's different.
Yeah, you're thinking of a different movie.
No, I'm thinking of 3, which is the one I was referring to. And in 3, that T-800 is sent back by John Connor's wife because John Connor is dead.
No, it's a different.
He is killed in. I'm telling you, in 3.
I know.
In number 3,
James, as someone who has never seen Dark Fate, you don't know what I'm talking about because Dark.
I know. I'm saying. I know what you're talking about in the sense that what I'm saying when people are saying no, that I'm talking about a different thing. I'm like, no, the thing I'm talking about is number 3. I'm not talking about Dark Fate.
We are.
I'm saying, did that not happen?
No.
Yeah, well,
because
we're talking about the combination.
Right, but Dark Fate basically retcons 3 and 4 as if they never happened.
Yes. Okay.
And basically,
so pick your timeline, ladies and gentlemen. Pick your timeline. Whichever one you want to go with, it's this one.
But basically, the T-800 that in Dark Fate that kills John Connor, it kills him as a child. Like, it kills Edward Furlong as a kid. Like, they actually did a pretty good CGI thing on his face to do that. And then Linda Hamilton and, oh, there we go, leaving the sector slowly again. 1980. Terminator 2 is basically Back to the Future Timeline A. Terminator 2 is a branching path timeline, and in Dark Fate timeline, another T-800 was sent back at the same time as 2, but took years to find them. And even though Skynet doesn't exist anymore, this T-800 did, which led to Legion. So there you go. Apparently.
There we go.
All right.
And then.
So now we can stop the argument.
Never. Another Deep Space Encounter.
This is nerd culture at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Arguing about what's canon and what isn't.
Well, to the northeast, there is a Deep Space Encounter called Klingon Rebels.
Oof, that's a long way to go, but I will slip space for it.
Yeah, we've got our slipstream drives. Here's a crazy movie tie-in. Arnold as the Terminator and Stallone as Rambo are both in a time paradox version, Mortal Kombat, and also Spawn. Talk about, oh god, no. Oh, not Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah.
One of my issues with Mortal Kombat 11 is they got every other person who, like, they got Keith David back to do Spawn, they got Stallone in to do Rambo, and then they got a really shitty impersonation for the Terminator. Like, it's it's like every guy who says I can have an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression in the pub. That's what it felt like, and it's so monumentally bad, especially when you put it next to the actual voices who sound so comfortable doing it. It's just so bad.
The sad part about it is the fact that they did ask Arnold, from what I heard, and he just turned it down. He said, "No, I'm not interested."
He doesn't like doing video games, Arnold.
Yeah.
He only did one where he actually did voice capture and everything for it, and it was fucking terrible. Actually, ironically, it was Terminator 3, the game, and that was a very weird game because it was like really. The back in the future part was like really in depth and drawn out, and then in the bits that were set in the third movie, it's like they're like 30 seconds long sections. It was a very odd game.
You know,
it reeked of like they put all the effort into that and went, oh, we need to base it in the movie, and they went, shit, we've got a month to release it, put something out.
Yeah, it's like it's weird. It feels like, you know, if they had released the characters the other way around, if they released Rambo first and then released the Terminator, it'd be one of those things of, yeah, well, we got Sylvester Stallone in to record their voice. He'd probably be like, oh, okay, well then I'll do it then if Sly's gonna do it, because they have their little rivalry. So
That they do.
hi, baby, what you doing? Ripley's come in. Oh. Ash is going to be in Dead by Daylight. I've watched the Grumps playing Dead by Daylight, and it looks like good fun. To be honest,
It is cross-platform as well, which is fantastic.
huh?
It is one of the craziest games that I've played.
Cross-platform, as in PC, Xbox, PS,
And Switch.
and Switch.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, so is Fortnite and games like that. And Among
mean
Us is
this-
cross-platform too.
I've just arrived, by the way, so people jump in.
Yeah, I'm jumping in it.
I'm already in. It's the Naval.
Oh, Negvar warship. Oh, well, it looks like we've come into a great big bunch of frog spawn.
Oh, yeah, this one tanks my frame rate. Which one's done, but...
Yeah, I heard that unfortunately, they've shut down the Friday the 13th servers, have they not, Rick?
Really?
Did they?
Friday the 13th's already down?
Yeah.
Well, it probably
Not
can't,
even that old.
yeah, it probably can't compete with Dead by Daylight.
DVD. Yeah, Friday the... Joker is also in there as well, yeah. What is your opinion on the Injustice storyline, MDW? Because I've never played the games, but I have watched other people play them. What is your opinion on that? The service still work? Oh, I did not know that. I stand corrected.
Yeah, with Injustice, they basically took the storyline from that Justice League episode where you had the Ultra Lords, I believe it was. Rick will be able to confirm or deny that for me. And they basically just ran and made a game with that.
Lords.
Justice Lords, that was it.
Yeah, the Justice Lords.
And he was Ultraman, right?
No, Ultraman is a different character. I believe. It's Superman. Just he decided to kill Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he's there.
It was the president at the time.
Yeah, there you go. Look, there's the saucer-separated galaxy class for those who are asking. But basically, yeah, Ultraman and Superwoman and things like that. But yeah, the Injustice timeline was taken from that, which, as far as I know, was actually a Bruce Timm timeline. So it wouldn't surprise me. But I like the Injustice games. I think they're a bit simplistic, but as fighters go, the Neversoft engine, or the I think it's Neversoft, could be wrong, or NetherRealm engine is much better than a lot of fighting game engines. For me, the top is still the Street Fighter-esque engines, but that's just personal preference. Yes, Capcom.
I feel like NetherRealm Studios, though, however, the fact that they focused on story in a way that was engaging for both the Mortal Kombat series and the Injustice series, I feel that they've scratched out their own little corner, which has gotten them a good reputation, all things considered. I feel.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I've said it before. Not a huge fan of Bandai Namco games for fighting, and that does count all the Dragon Ball stuff. And the reason I don't like them is because it's like, so which is it? Is it jump, sidestep, or fly? Yes. Like, it's a very flawed control system. And yes, I know that it's a short tap to jump, you hold up to fly, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. I understand that. But when you're punching in combos into a fighting game, it's very difficult to differentiate all of those minor adjustments in the inputs. So yeah. Okay. James, are you back in sector yet?
There he is.
Loading.
Same world as Owlman instead of Batman. Weak to blue kryptonite. Okay.
Is Owlman scared of owls then? Is that his story?
Nah, probably just more of a rip-off of Night Owl from Watchmen. You know the character Night Owl, Ozymandias, and Rorschach. All three elements of Batman separated out. Like, yeah.
DC lore is even now, like, Watchmen has been combined into DC lore as well, and yeah, very confusing.
Southwest to Gorn's Separatists.
Sure, works for me. I feel Alan Moore is a little bit overrated in that sense. I thought, you know, the first 10 issues of Watchmen were great, and then the last 2 were kind of like, come on now, Alan, you have to finish the story. And he was like, I don't want to. And come on, you have to finish the story. You were paid for it. Fine. Everything explodes, and all the character progression I made up until this point means nothing because they don't care. You're like, okay. And then Zack Snyder went, I don't care about anything. Let's just make a movie with, like, you know, where they all don't care about killing. You're like, wow, that completely invalidates the entire message of the entire comic book series. Well done, Zack.
But it's not like he doesn't, you know, do that in every other film that he's ever done.
Yeah, well, I just wish everyone would be like, you know, the Snyder cut. It's not the Snyder cut. It's Snyder's version of Justice League, and he's doing a George R. R. Martin on it. Well, the parts that people didn't like from the Game of Thrones finale / Justice League movie, I won't be doing those, and I'm gonna pawn them off as my own idea. You're like, yes, of course you are, you hack.
So let me get this right. The Snyder Cut is no extra filming or anything. It's just...
Oh no, it's like completely new.
Oh?
Yeah.
So they've... Oh.
Yeah. There's barely anything resembling the original movie in it. Because most of the stuff was Joss Whedon's footage. So he wouldn't be able to turn around and go, oh, it's my cut. Because it's Joss Whedon's movie then.
So people have... I thought, what was it, Henry Cavill had dropped Superman, or is he now Superman still?
I don't know.
Nobody knows for sure. I think for there's probably some stipulation in his contract that states, you know, he had to come back and do it. All I know is that Henry Cavill has been basically isolating in Cornwall or something, I believe it was, or wherever his hometown is. He's isolating there, and that's where he's building his PCs and started collecting Warhammer again. stuff like that.
He's keeping to himself, and he is possibly a great example of a good-natured nerd.
Oh yeah.
I'd say.
Twitch decided hates me and refuses to deal with our shitty internet. Oh, okay. Well, Zack Snyder is making a Dead Rising 2 rip-off movie. Speaking of rip-off movies, that fucking Nick Cage not Five Nights at Freddy's, but totally Five Nights at Freddy's. What the hell is that about? It's basically just Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's not even.
But is it a comedy? Because it definitely looks funny. No, I'm saying, is it a comedy?
It might have gone Evil Dead kind of direction where it wasn't originally meant to be a comedy, but it's just,
You know, it's Nick Cage, so we're gonna have the craziness.
yeah.
I haven't watched it, played it myself. I've just watched people play it. I was just their way of throwing in the multiverse and throwing the character fans wanted randomly over the two pop combos and super moves.
Yeah, the super moves in Injustice, they get ridiculous. Even in 2, they get very ridiculous. Like the fact that, you know, what was it? Supergirl takes a person to the sun and blasts them through.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Like ultimately, there is something in the game lore that basically depowers the likes of Superman, that he doesn't just fucking liquefy people.
Yeah, it's a pill. It's a pill, basically, isn't it? That they swallow that it makes them as strong as as durable as Superman.
Yeah,
I believe.
like, but ultimately, and I've said this a million times before, like, and it's no secret that I'm biased towards the Flash, but the Flash is arguably one of the most powerful characters in the DC universe, especially the way he can essentially warp reality to suit himself via time travel. But like, you know, it's so typical of DC that they just kind of throw him in as an afterthought, despite the fact that he's a founding member of the Justice League. Even in the original Injustice game, it's like, oh yeah, we forgot about the Flash. Throw him in at the end, it'll be fine. Like,
And we'll get Alan Tudyk to voice him, which was a very good choice.
yeah, Alan Tudyk was good. Like,
Or was he Oliver Queen? I can't remember. I know he was in that game.
in Injustice 1, I know they got Stephen Amell in for the alternate costume, which unfortunately you couldn't play in story mode, so you didn't get very much of Stephen Amell's dialogue. But I really liked the character they got for Flash. I'm not sure if it was Alan Tudyk or not. I have no love for Superman, and they messed up Flash in the movies. Well, that's just Ezra Miller, really, to be honest. Ezra Miller is not exactly the most pleasant person alive, let's put it that way. And we've discussed this on stream before as well. But that aside, the fact that they never gave Grant Gustin a chance to even audition for the character was, as Tom Cavanagh put it, just a grave insult to Grant as an actor, because Zack Snyder's excuse was that he didn't think Grant would be capable of pulling off the dark, gritty storyline, which is just ridiculous. It's like, that's why it's called acting. You know, it's...
Also, it just goes to show that Zack only cares about the dark and the gritty.
Oh yeah. And considering if you want to go into characterizations of, you know, the movies, they should have swapped Cyborg and Flash. Cyborg should have been the, I'm a teenager and I'm, whoa, holy crap, it's Superman, holy crap, like, it's Batman. These people that I know about, and they're gods, essentially. And, you know, Barry Allen, you know, with the comics and everything, it's totally a dry shit. I don't know why they keep giving him Wally's personality in nearly all media, because Wally is his own character. He's my favorite Flash personally, but Barry Allen has his own distinct personality, and as a Flash, he is the most powerful Flash of them all. Like, why do they keep I don't know, demoting him or something. It's just like, it's very frustrating as a fan to have the company that creates him do him such an injustice all the time. I don't know. Yeah.
Injustice. Sorry. Yeah, in regards to like DC and Marvel, like both companies do things poorly, but they also do some good things as well. I really enjoyed the Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell Arrowverse series when I watched it. I think that they're some of the best television programs that have been out in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And
the pretty colors of war, the painbow. Yeah. I think this. I thought the Berlanti verse was great. It tried to tie the movies up. Like, one of the big problems with DC's expanded universe, especially in regards to live action media, is it's just confusing. Like, and you know, counterpoint, Marvel's live action universe, the answer to nearly every question was yes. It's like, oh, okay, so you have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So is that part of the main Marvel Cinematic Universe? Yes. So Coulson knows all of these people? Yes. And so, what about Daredevil? Is that part of the same universe? Yes. Oh, okay. Well, what about, you know, all the others? Are they all part of the same universe? Yes. Do they know about each other? Yes. Like, these are all yes questions. And then with DC, it was kind of like, no, but. Like, do they know each other? No, but, so you see, it's very complicated. And that's where it went wrong. It was like, all these different actors for stuff. They just too many different production companies, and the fact that they had to work so hard to get Supergirl and Flash into the same universe, despite the fact being all the same like storylines, was just ridiculous and convoluted. It wasn't necessary to do that, and it's such a shame because the two shows work great by themselves, but they do work better together, if that makes sense.
Yeah, what they did to Shazam in Injustice 1 was a terrible choice, but it also it showed, I feel like, the lengths that Superman would go to, you know, killing Billy and knowing that Billy's a kid as well, you know.
Oh yeah. Now entering rant mode. Please apply reverse thrusters. No, this is my stream and I'll rant if I like. Okay? Shazam shouldn't be weak to Superman. It should be the other fucking way around. Shazam is magic, Superman is weak to magic. Simple as.
I'll tell you one series that I feel doesn't get enough credit, and that was the Constantine series that was also tied into the Arrowverse later on. Ryan, he was a fantastic choice, I feel, because he was the actor for Kenway as well.
Matt Ryan,
yeah, Matt Ryan. Love him. He's such a good performer in that role. Very cocky, very Constantine, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm glad that again Berlanti worked. Greg Berlanti being the producer or overlying producer of all of these CW series, he worked so hard to try and unify everything to the point of negotiating getting Constantine into that overarching series, and then, as Tina just highlighted, Lucifer as well. So that means that's all a cohesive universe as well, which is something that the DC expanded universe should have been doing from the start. It should have been doing that right from the beginning, just like Marvel had been doing, but they didn't because they were too focused on getting content out rather than having the content make sense, which is, you know,
chasing up that Marvel money.
Oh yeah, it's like confirming.
The biggest round to Assassin's Creed, you know how like Assassin's Creed, everyone was like, oh, I'm done with Assassin's Creed, but there's too many of them. how long do you reckon superheroes have left? Because they've been around for a while, for like, the whole like this sort of make them into big movies, and then the MCU alone is 10, well, what, 11 years now, 11 years old, maybe 12.
12, I think.
How much? And now, not only are they releasing, like a couple of movies, they're releasing like TV series and all these spin-offs. It's very overwhelming if you're not like a hardcore dedicated fan.
Yeah.
How much longer do you reckon the MCU's got in it?
Well, Rick says that he doesn't believe that they've got very long. The break from the new movies, from the MCU has helped. But look at westerns in 60s and 70s, how long it burned out for. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Clint Eastwood and
the spaghetti westerns were essentially when westerns were on the way out, because they were filming them in Italy because they couldn't get the budgets anymore.
it's a cheap
Yeah,
option for them.
basically. And I feel they, at least with Marvel, they made the right move to move a lot of their content to television and streaming as opposed to mainline movies. But yeah, it's gonna have a limited time, I think, now.
Do you think it would be expedited also with the fact that they're bringing in a lot of new characters now, as opposed to, or using the new characters as opposed to the old guard, of two of which have retired, as far as I can tell off the top of my head.
Yeah, like I mean,
Would be Tony and Steve, obviously,
and Natasha as well. Don't forget.
Oh, and Natasha. My mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I remember though. This is one of the reasons why I hate rumor sites and all that kind of crap. Because then there was that thing that went around quite recently where it was like, oh, Chris Evans set to return as Captain America, and he literally tweets out, "First I've heard of it." And
even if it was, it'd be Old Man America, and it's like, okay, great.
or
it won't be the way you think. It won't be the way you want it to be.
Yeah.
It will be him a cameo or something, a small part. In the same way that Tony's going to be that in the thingy movie. My God. Black Widow.
Well, it's like with Spider-Man, where they didn't actually have Tony Stark. It was kind of like, oh, this was another scene, but here's the reverse angle from backstage. That kind of thing. And I feel that's going to be how things are. Like when people mention the possibility of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and they're like, oh yeah, they're definitely coming back, and it's like, what I think they're negotiating is using the old film footage. Like, it'd be one of those things of, you'll see Doctor Strange open up portals to to have glimpses of the other universes, and they'll just be clips from the other movies, and they're gonna have to pay to use their likeness. So that's what I think they're negotiating.
My fear is it's either going to be that, or it's not going to be what everybody thinks. It's not going to be 3 Spider-Men teaming up in like a Spider-Verse style thing. It's going to be cameos. So it's either going to be film footage, or they're literally going to, as you just said, that, but actually them performing now. If that makes sense. Yeah, with new footage, but still cameo.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be cameo. We're not going to get another Spider-Verse. We already have that. Like, we have that with Miles. So we're just not getting that again. Like, I don't know.
And they're already working on Spider-Verse 2 as well, which I am looking forward to.
My question is, in regards to that, has an actor been chosen for Miguel O'Hara yet?
Yes, because he has his voice actor already from the first film.
Okay. Oh god. You see, now in fairness, it's like with the Sonic movie, for the cameo of Tails, they used the voice actress from the video games, and indeed Sonic Boom. But that doesn't mean that they won't change them for the actual feature. They might get in someone different for Tails or Miguel O'Hara. But, whichever
We'll
way.
wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. Oscar Isaac. I'm good with that. I love Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's Latino. so that suits Miguel O'Hara. As long as he doesn't try and put on a terrible Irish accent, I think we'll be fine. Recharger de Boisson. Oui, merci. What would refill in
French be?
French be?
I'm not sure.
Because recharger, I get what it means, but a French person would stare at you and probably like go, Boisson? What is Boisson? You point at them and they go, ah, Boisson. You're like, yeah, exactly what I just fucking said.
I mean, if you write it in Google Translate, it comes out as recharge.
Yeah, well, there we are. Good job, Tina.
Recharge, sorry.
Is it recharge?
Recharge, yeah. Although Google Translate has an awful knack of putting the direct translation, but then that isn't the word that they use. Like, the word encore isn't the word that the French use for encore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just basically saying again. Okay, let me see. What do we got? We have a Deep Space Encounter right next to us. It's a Borg one. Assimilate the barbarians.
Oh, do you know what? Okay, I'm afraid that will have to be my last. We've gone a bit later than normal tonight, and
Yeah.
I am pretty.
And thank you all of you who've been, sticking around with us for this long throughout the
Except
entirety
Rick.
of the stream.
No, I really appreciate it. It does make these streams a lot more fun when we can chat with different topics. I love that we've actually gone from Mortal Kombat to the Marvel Cinematic Universe to Star Trek to plastic surgery to pretty much everywhere tonight.
Yeah,
So we've
gone all over the map.
and we've managed to avoid talking about the big topics today as much as I want to.
Yes. Don't open those floodgates. Do not open those floodgates. Stabs you all in reactor. Well, I mean, you'd have to get to the ships first, Rick. So good luck.
Is he?
The USS Megalodon. Oh, the cube just warped straight past me.
Ah, a megalodon. Oof.
God, now we've got Sea of Thieves here.
Yeah, we must get
That
back
is-
to doing that again sometime soon.
Yeah, well, when I get the opportunity to travel, I will definitely do exactly that.
I think I might.
How would you be able to stream that?
Me?
I think I probably.
Yeah.
Well, I could stream it with my capture card, but I am tempted to buy it on PC because I've always been curious to see what it would look like on PC. Considering the Xbox One version is great, but PC's always going to have that little extra edge on it. All right, let's see how quickly we can take down this cube.
Bye, cube.
Yeah. Bye, cube.
They definitely have a very odd balance at the moment in this game where the cubes are basically just like, I don't know, wafers, and the spheres are like walnuts.
To be fair, we are fighting at level 30 at level 65 characters. So...
No, but even in the TFO, earlier, we were like destroying cubes like there was nothing, but then just slaving away trying to fight this one sphere, which in thingy they want in First Contact they basically one shot. Admittedly, his shields were down, but still.
A cube just like warped in next to me, and boy howdy did it regret that. It just like appeared and exploded.
Hello, did you order a paintball by chance?
I didn't even get to bring the painbow to bear. Very disappointing. What? Oh, the Megalodon is a vengeance class. Good choice, actually. I almost feel if I could cue up the sound effects for the Megalodon music.
I do like the name. I don't like the way he's put it all in caps, though.
Yeah, I guess.
I love
There's a Kaiser here as well. Sorry, carry on.
Love the stream. Had a lot of fun. We'll be coming back. So fair warning. We would love to have you back
Yeah.
in VW. It's been great fun chatting with you.
Yeah, you've been bringing up some great topics to chat about. This is very much what I like to do as a streamer is just to have chats while we're casually playing video games. So we're enjoying that.
Hopefully we'll get some other games to play as well, like Sea of Thieves with James and Stephen. I can't join them at the moment because my hardware is not up to snuff to play Sea of Thieves on my laptop in a standard that I would consider to be good, as a personal standard.
Well, that was a waste of a torpedo spread, but you know.
But yeah, I will be trying to work on getting my own sort of like streaming stuff together, trying to get that sorted. So hopefully in the future, I'll be able to play some games on my laptop.
Indeed.
Stream, and you can see my lovely face, and have Stephen and James jumping along with that.
We
Yeah.
need to figure a way of getting all our faces into these streams.
Well, I know exactly how to do that, but it's dependent on whether internet connections hold out to do it. Basically, what you guys would need to do would be to video call on Discord, and I pop out your. It's essentially popping out your video feed and then capturing it in OBS, and that's how we get your faces on too.
Well, maybe that's something to look into for another day then.
I think so. Even if we were to do D&D streams like that as well, that would be good fun. I would like to stream D&D, but that would require actually organizing people to get together, and we know that's the single hardest thing about D&D is organizing people.
Yes.
Right.
What's the greatest challenge in D&D? Is it Beholder? Is it Cthulhu? No, it's working people's schedules.
That is the final boss.
But that's the thing, because Reese especially is the character that I created for his one shot, which was a monk character, and because I rolled up his personality traits, he ended up becoming essentially Sun Wukong or Goku, if you want to put it that way. And it was just a lot of fun to play, and I really want to revisit that character at some stage, because he was good fun.
I would watch Sea of Thieves, but if I hear one pirate accent,
Well, what pirate accent would you be speaking upon exactly, Mr. Pendragon, if that is your real name?
oh dear. But yeah, no.
This doesn't help that I also have a pirate character. Well, I have a pirate persona where the James character goes away and out comes Griefy Jim. And he like all he does is he puts on a raggedy coat, puts on a hat, takes out his ponytail, and just Cornish mockery accents. Lol, better.
Oh yeah, the classic American understanding of what a pirate should be. With all
Cornish
"Ooh-ar,
mockery
Jim." We used to stream.
You can blame that on the Disney movie though, because of the actual. Oh heck, I can't think of the name of the actor who plays Long John Silver.
Tim Curry?
No.
It's the original Disney one.
Oh,
Years and years.
Are you talking about the like the original, like the original
Yes,
live
yes,
action?
yes.
Oh, okay. Because I'm
And
thinking,
he's got a West Country accent.
Yes,
He's got but he's got a West Country accent in it, and they believe that's where this sort of fame comes from for his accent, for the pirate accent,
and
because it's just a Cornish accent with a gruff to it.
And
West Country.
what's really funny about it is that pirate speak, as we know it, where I do be going, I do be doing, I do be like doing that actually comes from Irish, and there is documented evidence of where Irish prisoners, along with African slaves and other like things like defectors and French Creole people, all got together, realized they didn't all speak the same language, and had to fucking come up with one. And so basically it became this amalgam of English and French and Irish, and and that's how you get the phraseology like Jack Sparrow uses of savvy. Savvy is like a bastardization of "ça va." So like
Which is French.
Exactly. So it's this mishmash, and as much as people may disagree with the historical aspect of Pirates of the Caribbean, they got an awful lot right as well.
They did.
So
By the way, Rick,
MDW
it was Newton. Yes.
MDW says it would be hilarious to watch you all play Uno.
Backstage in a galaxy far, far away, Uno was like the main game that everyone played, and I just sat back because I knew I'd just get angry about it. It's just
that is a challenge for all three of us, I think, to play Uno at some point together.
Uno stacko. Uno brings a twisted stack.
There's also, we could, if James, you're up for it, we could also have a go at Among Us. That's also another thought process that we could do for you guys.
If I'm up for it, what do you mean? If I'm up for it, I'm the advocate. I was the one who brought it to our group. Let's play this game.
I'd be happy enough watching y'all play Scribble. Is that the draw? Like, is that like Pictionary? I think there's a variation on Jackbox we could play.
Yeah.
And yes, exactly. Parlay. Parsnip. Parlay. That's the one. Curse the man who ever invented parlay. That would be the French inventors of mayonnaise.
I wish I could remember. There is a famous pirate expression that was actually what the sailors would say in Dorset, where Newton is from, at the time that when he was a kid.
Okay.
So it's nothing to do with pirate speak at all. He just sort of did it, and I wish I could remember where it was. What it was, sorry. Robert Newton, fake pirate speech.
But yeah, things to look forward to, I guess, in the future then for us is we're going to be finishing up the STO event sometime soon.
Yeah.
Probably try having a go at Among Us as well. I remember people talking about Dead by Daylight earlier as well. That's a possibility we can look into.
Yeah, if we all worked as a team and Dead by Daylight as survivors, that could be interesting. I've played one of those drawing games where it uses Jackbox like codes for multiplayer. MDW says, how about Borderlands? That is a possibility. I would advocate for Borderlands 2 over Borderlands 1 because it is actually a far more interesting game to watch. Borderlands 1 is a bit open spacey. It's a bit boring.
Yeah, I do have Borderlands 2. I also have the pre-sequel.
I've got them all. I do enjoy the Borderlands ones. Yeah, I think if we were to play Borderlands, everyone would have to start new characters. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Yeah.
No, I'd have to start new characters in a game that I've never played.
Yeah. But yes, coming up in the next while, we're going to finish up this event, and we will probably reduce Star Trek themed streams to maybe once a week, and then maybe have another game on another day. But this was just because the event was so prevalent at the time. There is another event coming up, which I think we're able to rush all the XP, so we might get through that event in 1 or 2 days if we can, if it's possible. We'll give that a go. And let me see.
I want you to all be very depressed because I spilled some water earlier. Yeah, that same water I spilled on my charger. I forgot about it, and I've just stepped in it with my sock, and now I have a wet sock, and I hate that feeling.
I don't think Borderlands is cross-platform. I wouldn't say so. Oh, you've got a base copy on the 360, which means it would probably play on the Xbox One if you have that.
I have Borderlands 2 on Xbox One.
I've got all my stuff on Steam.
Me too.
You could probably
Might
pick
have
them
to
up for
do a
like
stream there.
yeah, you probably have to pick up like a copy for like a $5 now at this point. Alright.
The wet sock is only second to stepping on a Lego. I agree with you, Rick. The idea of stepping on a Lego is hellish.
Oh, Lego is painful. It's not painful stepping on water in a sock. It's just generally unpleasant. I wouldn't equate them to be the same experience. I can't find the damn stream. There we go. There we are. Okay, now I can see them.
All right.
My God, Hibernia, you're a pretty ship. I think what day is today? Wednesday. So probably by tomorrow, maybe I may be uploading a video of I've received my Hibernia model from Gameprint. I did an unboxing of that, which I don't usually do unboxings, so that was something new. So we will we'll do that. And there was I might try and modify the model slightly. I might just to bring out the colors a little more and things like that. So that might be something that I might stream live. We'll see. Oh, by the way, if my references are lame, it's because I'm older than you all. Well, I'm 34. I mean, I'm old enough. You know.
Yeah. And honestly, MDW, it's been absolutely lovely chatting to you and you, Rick. Everyone who's contributed to the stream tonight. It's been absolutely fun just shooting the shit with you, so to speak.
Yeah, I've had a great time. So we're coming up to 10 on the hour, so we may just call it here. We'll probably be back around about the same time tomorrow to do another XP TFO and whatever endeavors are on the plate. So
please be space endeavors. I'm so done with ground endeavors.
Well, pray to the gods of Arc Games that they give you space endeavors. I have one space endeavor right now, which is just awful.
You only need to pray to R and Jesus. That's all you need to do.
Hey, I like it. I'm gonna have to use that.
Good old RNGesus.
I need to stop buying games I already own on other platforms. I understand that, Rick.
Story of
I
my
understand
life.
that most wholeheartedly. Yeah, I understand that wholeheartedly.
I think between myself and Tina, we own 5 copies of Use Your Words. But we may have RNGesus. That's fantastic, James. Well done. Just if
I can't claim credit for that.
Oh
I can't
no.
claim credit for that.
No, he can't. I've known about RNGesus for quite a while.
Aw.
I wish
Late as MDW, thank you for popping
Later,
by.
MDW. Might catch you tomorrow if you're on. RNGesus hates everyone, especially when it comes to loot-based shit. You're like, oh, a loot crate. What shall I get? Uncommon rewards. Great. Fantastic. Yes, so we're just coming up on 10 o'clock now. So I'm going to say... we're going to say goodnight for here. I just have to park up the Hibernia in a safe spot, you know, away from the rabble. I don't want my ship getting keyed by some... Could you imagine? Yeah, someone coming out like in an EV suit with a key, being like this fucking asshole. Yeah. So we'll say goodnight here. We'll catch you tomorrow. So remember, everyone, to stay safe, wash your hands, and live long and prosper. So good night.
Good night, everybody.